we are officially live on the podcast, but I think this will be a song that you might appreciate. You ever heard this song?
Song sucks. I don't know.
You gotta wait until it gets to the hook. For all y'all that's viewing, log on because I see a big zero.
For all you ladies out there. Dude. I do not agree with this music. Well, I do not agree with the message. This is a ordained minister that's playing this music. So what made you pick this song? Did he say she took my drawers?
Yeah.
Dude, you tripping? Who is this?
Lenny Williams.
Really?
New song from Lenny Williams
Yeah,
came out this year. So
okay, that's why. Cause
shout out to the old guys trying to make it in this new generation.
I only remember Because I Love You. This dude right here, I don't know. He talking about she took my drawers.
I mean, and then he said took a picture on a telephone.
But here's the thing, like, well, I guess they went to the hotel room and he realized that he didn't have his drawers, so he realized because I was kind of wondering, like, how many pair of drawers do you have to recognize a pair was missing? But no, they was
one night stand, like you took them off and then you go to put them back on and
that's what the song is about.
Yeah, they're not there, and then she took it and she posted pictures and put it on like Facebook and Instagram and all those things, but. My thing is, he says she took a picture on her telephone. It's a cell phone. Telephones do not take pictures. So you can tell, like, you're in the wrong generation, sir.
Why you messing up that man's situation, bro? You know what I'm saying? The only good thing about it is he was there, all right? Hopefully he had a good time. Hopefully it was all worth it. You know what I'm saying? Because now he's out of a cell phone that he never had, and now he ain't got no underwear. You know what I'm saying? So you got a free ball.
Yeah, she done tagged him.
But anyway, we wanna.
Let's go ahead and intro this. Welcome to the We Just Think Different podcast. This is episode 1.5, given the fact that the first episode crapped out and it was a dud.
No. Let's just put that right. The audio, the segment, the topics, and the segment was awesome. It's just that you screwed up with the audio. And we couldn't use actually 2.5 hours of audio.
Way to put me on a chopping block. You see how it's like you screwed up with the audio.
You said 1.5. If you would have said that 0.5, I probably wouldn't even brought it up. So, this is our first episode.
Gotcha. Let me put the chats just in case somebody curses out on live.
Oh, that's on live. We can beef all day on live. You know what I'm saying? You can go back and forth if you want. Ain't no big old thing. It's just live. Let's just, get into at least a small portion of what we spoke about the last time.
The last time?
We
spoke about a lot.
I know.
But before we get into that, I want to vent. Like, I don't like to actually hold grudges or anything in life, but like lately I have really been rubbed the wrong way about support. Like,
that's your wife. That's the issue we have you with. If she rubbed you the wrong way, hey, ain't got no issue with me.
Oh no, she rubbed me really right.
Well, you got to be clear. You know what I'm saying? I don't know who rubbed you. You know what I'm saying, the wrong way, but you need to get a little clear on this, man. You know what I'm saying? Clear yourself.
Like what's it called? Analogy or one of those. Man, y'all probably invented it. It probably came from your generation. Those kind of things like, there's only one way to skin a cat. Like, who's skinning cats, Jeffrey Dahmer?
That was probably the generation
prior? Yeah. Oh, okay. Blame it on it.
I don't use that
term. Pre-segregation.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Or pre-integration.
I just got my freedom loan, you know what I'm saying, last week. You know what I'm saying? So,
Oh,
y'all, if
do
y'all can
tell
see this,
about this freedom, sir.
if y'all can see this trash in the background, don't worry about it. This is, that's for next episode.
Mind
you know what
y'all
I'm saying?
business.
Yeah,
That's the first thing y'all need to do. Why are y'all worrying about what's in the background? Like, y'all remind me of my wife when we watch movies. Like, she watches the people, like the extras. She watched to see what they doing. Hey, you saw what that guy was doing? No, I'm too busy watching this other guy squeeze the life out of the main character right now.
This is what you call when the lady of the house goes overboard on Amazon. This is what this is. Stockpiling on Amazon.
Man, it looks like tax season in here.
That's how long it's been here. That's all I can say. Anyway, who
Somebody got their refund.
who rubbed you incorrectly? You still never got to that.
No, I'm
thing,
saying, like, whenever you go ahead and you put yourself out there, you spend all this time creating content, and you're getting a pretty good amount of supporters doing your content, but when it comes to where it counts, like, now we play the numbers game in life now, and anything, like, literally, like, in order for you to get the recognition, you need numbers, you need views, you need subscribers, to the point where you can get ad placement and start making revenue from all the money and time you are already putting into your craft. And then you have like almost 2,000 friends on social media, and you post like, hey, 2 seconds to hit this button and subscribe just to show your support.
That's your problem.
And you get nothing.
That's your problem. That's why you're being rubbed the wrong way. You see what I'm saying? Your issue is you're thinking about, where you're at, and you're doing the same content and everything, like like most people, whatever, this and that. But you got to think about it like, okay, if you're driving down the street, you're speeding 80 miles an hour. The car next to you is going 90, but you get stopped by the police. Well, why he didn't get it? It's not. It's just a luck of the draw. You got to keep on working. You got to keep on doing what you do, and just hope. Music, your career, you tried for like a long time. You know what I'm saying? Back when he was doing rap music, guys, like not gospel rap.
Wait,
but
no,
hey, look, I'm not finished. See, that's the problem right now. You're always interrupting me when I'm talking.
So that's not rap music.
I said gospel rap, not gospel rap, because that's what he do now.
So
Gospel
it makes
rap.
it different. Rap is rap,
Because
right?
we're talking about the God aspect of it. You know what I'm saying? I don't really hear anything about God in actually regular rap like talking about, unless they have curse words followed behind it.
Yeah, so that it's exclusive from being.
It don't count. It don't.
I'm
count.
saying, like, but I know a lot of.
Why you interrupting me, dude?
Talk about God.
I don't remember what I wanted to say now, dude. But anyway, look.
Then it didn't matter.
You got 2,000 friends. That's numbers on there. But guess what? I can guarantee you that, like, I have 5,000 and something. Dude, I probably only know maybe 500. You know what I'm saying? So it's like.
But out of those 500, who supports
only
you?
Maybe a 75.
And it's usually the people that's asking for support that you support them, but that support doesn't come back to you. Like, I'm not saying buy into what I'm doing. I'm not saying purchase anything. Like, I can put everything behind a paywall, like $5 a month. That's like a cheeseburger. $5 a month, you can support me. It's like, no, just like click a button and subscribe, so we can get some.
What I've come to notice is that that's why. If you remember doing music, I know you heard this plenty of times. When people tell you that if you make it, if you make it big outside of where you're from, like your city, you know what I'm saying, then you can become somebody. I've literally went to like book fairs and everything, and Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Metairie, and stuff like that, and it's so crazy. This I don't really care about where you're from on this aspect, because I know ain't nobody from New Iberia going to travel to buy my book because they're right here. But the problem about that is, and this is 100%, my last book fair that I did, I sold like 45 books that day. And out of those 45 books, the thing that got me, and it shouldn't matter, but the thing that got me when that was noticeable, probably like 40 people of them were white. You know what I'm saying? The majority of that bought a lot of my books were actually white.
That's what's up.
And
that be the ones that actually subscribe, the ones that don't know but just met because they so happen to know a friend of mine, and it was like, hey, check out my friend's podcast, and next thing you know, they log in and then they subscribe and they support, but then you have these pro-black, I'm black, y'all, and I'm black and black and I'm black, y'all. That always be like, why y'all don't support black people? Be like, what black people do you support, sir?
I'm gonna tell you right now, only way a person should get pissed off about what we're saying right now, because you're the one that's probably not supporting.
Exactly, and that's the ones that be like, yeah, man, y'all don't support black business. What black business do you support, sir?
You know,
none.
I'm just, you know, honestly speaking, and it's the truth. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've actually had white people come to my house, bro.
Yeah.
To get books, to get my books. Like, you know what I'm saying? They'd be like, hey, look, I'll buy your book, but, you know what I'm saying? How much is your book? Oh, $15. Oh, man, I only got 10. Oh, okay, tell you what, $15. Okay, I bought your book. But since you're here, I'm selling this for $30. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, I mean,
like, dude, so I'm leaving in the negative.
Yeah, like, man, this is no BS, you know, and this is just true. I remember like yesterday, man. I had a person, you know what I'm saying? I had a person that I had to, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, look, you know, you got people watching you doing your thing, you know what I'm saying? Whatever, man. Why don't you know take a couple of these books, which was only 5, like 5 books. I'm like, man, why you doing your thing? Just mention this, whatever, man. Person went on live like 3-4 times, bro. Proving all the stuff, man. Had my book for like 3 weeks.
Like,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
literally pick up your book, move it out of the way to advertise something else.
You know what I'm saying?
Excuse me, move this junk out of the way.
And when I went to him and be like, okay, to that person, I'm like, do you have whatever? It was actually giving back of what I was given. And before I left, I purchased something from that person. Yeah, that was like $60, $70.
Yeah, to show your support.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So which showed me, you know, people, man, just because you don't support me, man, I'm not that type. I'm not that person.
Yeah,
like,
I'm gonna say show love and support, but now I'm gonna call you out on it because we got a podcast. You know,
I mean, you could have just went on live and called them out on it.
Because it's expensive, it's equipment, so I gotta use it for something.
I mean,
so why not then? But we always gotta recognize, even as
was that Pac-Man?
Yeah, Mario. even though that we're black individuals, it wasn't because a black person was upset that slavery ended. No. It's because a white person was upset. And it was like, you know what? This is wrong. It's like, really now?
You know what? You know, we might as well talk about that subject. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, since we own that subject, like, continue as much as possible that subject of support. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I have, you know, family members, dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, that, you know, so it's just not like random black people that just most of the time just don't support you. You got your own family that don't support you. You know what I'm saying? So it's like strangers. Let me just put it like, it's like strange white people, you know what I'm saying, support you, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. And like, literally, dude, I have gotten DMs from people, majority, you know, it's about whatever, asking me, you know what I'm saying, about whatever, saying that like, man, great what you're doing, admired and stuff like that. And white. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That just gave me that feedback, that, you know what I'm saying, and everything like that. I remember when I first came out with my books, I don't know if you remember this, it's like I didn't keep any proceeds from it, whatever. You know, I actually was selling my books in order to buy Christmas gifts and give them out to the schools and stuff like that. But greatly supported. It was giving back to the schools. Second book came, man. Oh, it almost seemed like if you ain't giving it back, I don't care. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. Like, man, you know, it's just like, how difficult would it be, like, just to show that man? It's like, you know, you look at a lot of, you know, and what's so crazy is like, they support people with money faster.
Oh, yeah.
They already have money faster than me. Dude, you're going to stop interrupting me when I speak.
Hey, this is my work phone right here. This is the money line.
You know what I'm saying?
This is the money line. Like, you get the other phone, I can, you know,
put that thing outside, you know what I'm saying? It's like, tell me on the toilet or some junk, bro. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't get to my phone or something, but I'm speaking right now. speaking some truth right now.
Oh, so I'm not supporting.
Yeah,
I'm
you're not supporting
now.
me right now. What I have to
Bam,
say.
on vibrate. How about that?
Thank you. You know what I'm saying? That's what I mean by, you know, black people supporting black people. You know what I'm saying? And the thing about it is, like, you've known me from whatever, dude. Like, I always seen you as a little brother from way back when. You know what I'm saying? When I supported you and tried to whatever, man, I support people that, you know what I'm saying, that I really, you know, even if I think you're garbage.
Oh my God.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I really do. Like, dude, like, I've been.
Oh, hold on. Clarify that. You support them by purchasing their stuff but not managing them, I hope.
I support them any way I could, you know what I'm saying, by any means, you know what I'm saying, that I could help, you know,
Wow,
despite
what
it
may
does a lot
be.
for
My confidence now.
I mean, I ain't saying you was garbage or anything
See?
like that. I'm not saying that. You know
Brother
what I'm saying?
Alex is on and he's saying what's up. And guess. You want to play guess what race he is? Like the Breakfast Club.
I'm gonna guess you're probably of the Caucasian, you know
Exactly.
what I'm saying?
Always supporting.
Only because your name is Alex. I don't it's like, you know, hello, Alex.
That's racist. See? Now you're going to alienate our supporters. Thank you.
I'm not alienating whoever's like you asked.
Already we're going to have Dr. Umar on our case.
Man.
Tag him in this, Dr. Umar.
Ask for that. You know,
What you got against Dr. Umar? I think he's fun, entertainment, and informational.
So you're saying he's funny,
yeah,
he's
he's fun to
entertaining,
watch. Yeah.
and he's informational. That doesn't apply to, you know, being supportive or saying that what he's saying is
No,
that you agree with.
I don't.
Okay, cool. So you know what I'm saying, I'm just the type of person that ain't gonna waste my time by sitting down and listening to somebody that, you know what I'm saying, just like, as you said, rubbing the wrong way.
I'm saying, like, I watch movies and I know that a lot of the movies I don't support what they're doing. I don't support their mind frame, but it's entertainment. And he said he is tan.
Oh, cool. You're good.
He said you're all right.
Continue to support.
You know, like and subscribe.
I mean, come on. You know what I mean?
Because nobody else does.
I mean, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? You all can, you know, speak your mind, speak what you don't have to say, and hope that people gravitate or actually can basically, you know, just relate to what you're speaking about, you know?
Yeah. And I get messages and it encouraged me to keep pushing, but I'd be like, how about you subscribe if you like the content? You know?
Keep pushing straight out the door. You know what? Just keep pushing directly out the door.
You always was one to support, even when the people that was that was a part of it left. You still support it, like, in the midst of it, which is crazy. Like, we didn't talk about that enough. The fact that I was in a group, and the group stopped being a group before I knew that we wasn't a group anymore.
Hey, that's so crazy. Remind you that I was doing these things, you know,
full-time job,
part-time job, because I would come, like, if you needed, like, CDs or something, I'd come right, you know, after, I'd probably get off at 9 o'clock from Scullers, you know, drive to the store, get you stuff, whatever. And, you know, that's including the stuff that I had to do, you know, maybe at home or whatever the case may be. And I wasn't, you know, I was never a person that stayed like the clubs or anything like that. I've been there, y'all had to perform, I stand in the corner and watch y'all perform, time to go. You know what I'm saying? Once y'all done, it's like, you know.
Yeah. And then there was that time where you kept me from.
I know you're about to talk about the fight, that fight night.
Yeah, when you told me that I could not go outside and, like, on the dance floor anymore or mingle before performances or after performances. I had to stay backstage because you said I didn't know how to act.
I mean, it's true. Yeah, you know, it's like you were a very disruptive guy. You know what I'm saying? And I had more patience back then. You know, right now I'm on all type of medication. I'm on, you know, anxiety meds, and depression meds, pain meds, you know, all kind of stuff. So
plus we grown now, so it's like all that. It's like
will respect me if I tell you do not come out the house. Do not come out the house.
It's like, why we gotta be rambunctious right now? It's like, I got a full-time job. I gotta be to work.
So you think just because you have a job and a couple of babies and a wife that you're grown? You think you're grown now,
Yeah,
right?
I got responsibilities. I got...
Dude, I know 50, 60-year-olds that still irresponsible and still act like...
But they're not grown then. They're just up in age, but they're not grown.
Exactly.
Grown is not because of your age. It's because of your status, the way that you take care of things, your level of responsibility, your maturity level. I know grown-ups that's older than me that I'm like, are you gonna like grow up?
Yeah, that's a lot of people.
Like, grown is knowing that you have bills to pay, so you can't just get paid and just be like, YOLO. Like,
hey man, a lot of them do it, but I know my two girls ain't coming. They can do whatever they want, man. Once they leave at the house, y'all do what y'all want. But if y'all gonna do that you only live one stuff and not pay your bills, whatever, man, you ain't coming back.
yeah, like, I'm not here to fund your irresponsibility. Like,
You know?
no, like, you know, you're not about to spend all your money on what you want, and then I have to pay for the things that you need.
And let's segue to that, man. Like, you know, how far do you go to, like, you know, for, you know, like when your kids are grown enough age and you've done what you had to do. You know,
Me too.
And I had to tell my mama this plenty of times, man, when it comes to us and, you know, in general, it's like, look, don't feel bad about anything because you've done your job. Man,
Yeah,
you've grown
yeah.
already. You put food on the table, you know,
Yeah.
clothes on the back. We did whatever happens after that, man, be 40, 30, 35, you know, I'm still like, man, look, don't feel bad about anything. Don't sacrifice your you know, your mentality worrying about some grown kids that you know already, you know, whatever. Now, if they, you know, that's when they out doing stupid stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Whatever. Now, you know, everybody needs that help every now and then, no matter how old you are. You know what I'm saying? And that goes to show, look, people, do not burn your bridges. You know what I'm saying? Because I guarantee you, man, no matter how well you have it, you know, there's some point I believe that, you know, you can, you know, there's possibly you may need some help. You know,
Yeah,
so.
and like and subscribe and support your bridges. Also. Because you never know when those beams might need reinforcement.
And this is the type of guy that'll go through the whole thing and say he didn't like, she didn't like. You know what I'm saying? You know what? Can't ask me
I'm
for
just
nothing.
I'm just throwing it. No, I literally allowed the situation to judge what I do within a situation. Like, I know that if you are in a position where you are currently trying and you need, you know, a little hand to make it through this transitioning time, because there's always a transition that we go through in life. Like, you can be going from one job to the next, or jobless to getting a job, and trying to get up on your feet to the point where, okay, now that I got a job, I want to be able to pay for this, I want to be able to do this. So I can see where it can get hard sometimes, and if I see you're trying, even though in the past you probably dropped the ball a couple of times, fumbled the ball a couple of times, shot a couple of air balls, you know, things of that such, you know, made a couple of interceptions, went out of bounds when you knew that the line was right there, I can see me be like, hey, I'm going to extend you grace and help you in this time. But my thing is, whenever you are on that level, to be able to provide for yourself and to sustain yourself, and I'm seeing that you aren't making smart moves.
Dude, that's the thing I was thinking, and I was like, man, you are, you know, 100% correct in that. There was plenty of times, dude, that I didn't, you know, I've seen people that asked for something, man, money, you know what I'm saying, asked for money, needed money and everything like that, and then like, oh, I need this for, you know, let's just say, for example, it's not, you know, 100% of what it, you know, could have been, but I'm saying, for example, oh, I need some diapers, you know, whatever the case may be, and all of a sudden the following week you're coming out with the new iPhone. I'm like, hey, what, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, maybe somebody gave you the iPhone, but are they paying for your Wi-Fi, your subscription too? Like, what the heck is going on here? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't even have this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's like they talking to you with like nothing. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, Dude, I just loaned you like $100 last week, and you just spent 500. You literally told my daughter to go to the store and buy you a soda, and you took out some money, a wad of money, and $150 fell on the floor, and you're like, let me pick that up. That was from the stack. You know what I'm saying? But you forgot about me though, huh?
How much for one rib?
But my problem has always been, you know what I'm saying, my soft heart for people, and and it's like they take advantage of that. And the thing, just because, and what I had to learn how to do is let go. You know what I'm saying? And my lesson is, what I learned over time is like, man, like, if you screw me, if I gave you $50, dude, you don't never have to give it back to me. Like, honestly, whatever. Even though we agreed that you were gonna give it back to me, you never have to give it back. But I know one thing, like, man, look, I ain't gonna be upset. I'm not gonna talk to you. I'm not gonna hold any grudges, man, like anything like that. But I guarantee you one thing, I'm not gonna do.
Give you $50. You won't see that 50.
I ain't gonna give you $1, $2, $5. It ain't gonna be no more money situation. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, once you screw me out of that category, whatever category that you screwed me out of, I guarantee you I'm not doing it again. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, just make sure that.
And I just want to point this out, being that you aren't a very spiritual, religious person, but you still have a big heart. I just want to point that out there to all these like legalistic people and all these Christians out there that think that you only have a big heart when you're like in God and all these other things. Like, literally, he wasn't raised by wolves. They have good, they have people that was raised with good morals that's, not Christians, and we're not gonna go into that deeply about like what's the benefits of being a Christian and being a good person. It's like, I'm just saying that, like, hey, he has a big heart.
I mean, that's the things we, what I'm saying, I feel like we lost, in dealing with kids, man, morality. You know what I'm saying? Morals, man, like, and that was supposed to be one of the books that I want to like have a series of, trying to bring back morals, and that's some of the things that with our kids and everything like that we don't even instill in our children or anybody else anymore, man. So no, I'm not a very religious person. Do I believe in God? Yes. Do I say my prayers every night? Yes. Do I thank God for waking up? Yes. But there is just a lot of stuff that I just don't agree with.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? Hence the name of the podcast.
We just think differently.
But
let me read, before we go on, let me read this comment from this guy, Alex Covington. He said, yeah, but others who are down like me, who can't work a full-time job right now because he's disabled at the time, just like you are currently. Yeah, right, and haven't worked in about 2 years and fighting with disability, which is a big fight.
Mr. Alex, I can relate because I've been out of work for 4 years.
4 years.
I had my second back surgery in 2021. I had the incident in 2020, September. I had my first back surgery in 2017. That was a herniated disc. 3 months later, I made it back to worked for 4 years, ended up messing up my back again, and this time I had a 2-level fusion, L45, L56, L45, L571. So I've
use
been
your Googles. Please use your Googles, because I will later on. And if I get an opportunity, I will Google every single word he said, so I can know the context of what he's speaking about.
And believe me, I've been through my I had to retire 2 years from 30 years. I had been on my job for 28 years.
28 years.
And I was 2 years away from full retirement. You know what I'm saying? They literally like pushed me out. They called it an involuntary removal. You know what I'm saying? So which cost me probably an extra $1,500 a month from retirement. You know what I'm saying?
That's crazy. Like, America sucks.
It does, man. Like, dude, and I'm still seeing this. It took me a while to have to deal with that, man. I'm still seeing this. Like, I just now dealing with, having to, because I was, you can say yourself, man. I was always on the move, but like working.
Right.
And to be subjected to like working 2 or 3 jobs and trying to do your own business, trying to do this and that. you know, it's kind of hard to be sedentary and like having. I got daughters, you know what I'm saying. So it's kind of hard to be sedentary, you know, be like, hey, don't, you know, mess with guys that don't do anything. You know what? Nah, I felt like I was the one that was one of those guys that's not doing anything. You know what I'm saying? So,
but you know why? Your identity was wrapped up into what you do.
yeah, it took me a while, man. It hit hard, man. Like, you know what I'm saying, it took me a while to deal with it. And 3 years into having, you know, the therapist, whatever, I've come to terms with dealing with most of the situation, but I still have my days to where it's like wanting to do the things I've always done, like just to do it. And then the insurance companies, bro, they don't give you your therapy like you want to. They fight you tooth and nail. It's just it's a roller coaster. So I'm going through that roller coaster.
But if you were a migrant or some foreign person, you would have been in a better standing than an American citizen.
But who more? What do you call a migrant? You know what I'm saying? What place?
That's what they call the people that they say are being let into the country from different areas. They call them migrants. That's just the word that they use. I'm totally against that. But for people who are listening, that's the terminology they use. So who is me to make up a totally different word? Then they be like, I don't even know who he's talking about. You know, he's not even saying the right words, or he doesn't know what he's talking about. Yes, I actually do know what I'm talking about. Y'all call them migrants. I do not call them migrants. That's a whole nother story. But back to the thing, because like a lot of people, especially human beings, we get wrapped into.
Wait. Especially human beings?
Yeah. Meaning in general, like human beings, just us as human beings.
But you said especially human beings.
Yeah.
As opposed to what other type of being? I'm just asking. I mean, you said especially human beings.
Let me elaborate on that. Because they do have people that identify as cats, dogs, tigers.
So we mean mentally stable people.
So you're calling the LGBTQ community
you ain't say nothing about sexuality. You said cats, dogs, and stuff like that. You ain't say nothing about sexuality. It ain't got nothing to do with it. So stop trying to put me in that water. I disagree with a lot of stuff, but you ain't gonna put me on that. Nah, right. You see what they did to try to do to Dave Chappelle, and I ain't got his money. You know what I'm saying? They ain't about to condemn me for saying something. I have nothing to do. I don't have no problems with that at all.
Stand on business, man. Mm-hmm. Stand on business.
I have no problem with it. Like literally, like man, if it's like my daughter. If one of my daughters came to me and they figured they like the same thing, I have no issue with it. Not at all. You know what I'm saying? It's like, man, you live your life. My thing is, things could be much worse, man. You could be out in these streets, you know what I'm saying, with 15 kids. You could be out in these streets hooking for a 20. You know what I'm saying? You could be out, just.
So you rather so 15 kids is a bad thing? What if she's married with 15 kids?
That's too many.
But it's okay for her to be like a lesbian. Opposed to being married with 15 kids with 11 husbands, and they just love having kids. They just want a big family. And they have an army.
That's just my opinion. You know what I'm saying? I prefer if it was my kid, you know what I'm saying? And I don't hold no ill will to nobody else's kid and what they do. You know what I'm saying? If it was my kid, I prefer him not to have 15 kids and be a lesbian. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I'm sorry. I don't see nothing wrong with it.
So you rather her, levitate more towards something that's unnatural than something that's natural?
She wouldn't be able to support 15 children.
How you know that? What if he's a millionaire?
Dude, she's 22. What you mean he's a millionaire?
Because I didn't say just her. I'm saying her and her husband decides that we want a big family and they have 15 kids. He was like, oh, I wish you was a lesbian because now I got 15 grandkids.
So all those 15 kids is for him.
Yes.
And they had the money prior to. And he's a 50 millionaire.
It doesn't matter if he's a thousandaire.
No.
If he can financially take care of the kids.
If it's a thousandaire,
if he's doing what he's supposed to do, why not?
You know how he's going to do it? Bringing all them damn 15 kids over here so the grandparents can do it. In order for them to go to work, in order for them to support those children.
But that time is dying. Like, who bring their kids to their grandmothers now? Like, I know I can't bring my kids to my mom.
I don't, but I have relatives that bring their children to my great grandmother.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Man, that's a blessing to have a great grandmother.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know,
That
they'll
is
bring
a
it to their
blessing.
grandmother to, you know, to be like 90 years old and still bringing their kids, their young newborns to that 90-year-old to take care of. Yes.
But back to this lesbian daughters thing.
What? I didn't think it was a subject. Like, you know,
It is a subject.
I don't really have an issue with it. Like, it really?
Really?
Don't. I don't. Do I say, okay, go out and do it? No. You know what I'm saying? Or anything like that. But if that's what she comes home in and that she says that's what she prefer, oh, I'm disowning you. No, I'm like, okay, I understand. I mean, that's.
But that's another thing, because we look at those things as that's the entirety of that person. Like, we're not just heterosexual, and we can't just be labeled just as that, and that's our whole identity now. Like, oh, you're straight, so that's just you, who you are. It's like, no, I'm more than just a heterosexual. I'm actually a father, I'm a husband, I'm a sibling. I'm all these things.
I'm a CEO.
I'm a work. I'm this, I'm that. And
but they gravitate towards that one thing, you know what I'm saying?
That one identifier. So much people feel like who we sleep with or what we do is our identity, and it's not. And people get so wrapped into that, to the fact that if something happens to that effect, or someone complains about what you are, they're complaining about you in the essence. Like, they hate me because they don't.
Continue. I'm just stretching my back.
They hate me because they don't like who I date. So you know, it's like maybe they just don't like that individual, or maybe they look at it like it's not natural for you to be dating what you're dating. So you think it's natural for Dwayne Wade's son to become a daughter just to date someone else's daughter who became a son?
Yeah, it's unnatural. It's not natural. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's not natural, but
that's crazy. Like,
it's your. I can't say disown your child.
No, I'm not saying disown
like,
them, because that's what I'm saying.
It's not natural.
Yeah, it's not natural, and you should not look at them and judge them based on that. Like, I gotta disown you. It's like, no, because you're also disowning all the other parts of them that don't have anything to do with who their sexual orientation is.
Now, will I be the person that say, okay, man, like, okay, if you want to do this, you know, you want to have a boob job and you need 50 grand?
Oh my God.
Man, I'm not about to give you 50 grand to do it. You have to do it on your own. You still my son, but you have to pay for your own boobs. I'm sorry, you know what I'm saying? Sorry, son, you got to pay for your own boobs. So you know what I'm saying? Love you. Goodbye. Let me know how that turns out for you. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, on that aspect, and I think there was a young kid. It wasn't Dwayne, D Wade, his son was pretty young, like what, 13, 15. So
too young to even drive or to pick your bedtime, but you can pick your sex.
You know what I'm saying? It is, but you know, the world is screwed up like that in general, because
thank you for identifying that.
You know what I'm saying? But you think about it, okay? Just like with the gun law now. You know what I'm saying?
Don't let us get on that. Actually, not this Thursday, but next Thursday, I actually have a detective that's going to be on my Lighten Up Church show. So y'all tune in. Yeah, I have a detective that's going to be on there. You know, y'all tune in. I'm just remember, like and subscribe. But yeah, that's crazy. They're setting up. Like, not.
I mean, you mean to tell me an 18-year-old can walk around, carry a gun, but they can't buy a lottery ticket? Yeah. You mean to tell me an 18-year-old can walk around, carry a gun, but they can go fight for the country? You mean to tell me an 18-year-old that can still be in school can walk around and carry a gun?
Yeah.
You know, that doesn't make any sense. It's all bad.
And then, now that y'all are able to carry guns, how you think that's going to make these officers feel when they pull you over?
I don't know.
That's already gun-ho. Already have families that they got to protect. So I don't know who has a gun now, because it's more likely that more people have guns now. So therefore,
bad officers. That, you know, not all officers. We're just saying some bad officers out there.
Also, and a good officer.
Even if you haven't carried a gun, it's not the officers. It's the scary ones that figure like, oh, they might have something.
No. But you got to think about it like, if you have a family and you do not know who you are approaching, this person can be a 2-time felon, about to do life, whatever and everything. You don't know what's on that person's
shoot everybody.
No, but you are on alert, because you got to keep yourself safe because you have a family to go home to. So therefore, I'm not saying that, oh, you're gun-ho. I'm just saying that now you're focused and you're more alerted to the situation.
Let me tell you something, and this comes from a detective that I've been friends with for over 30 years, and he's still a detective.
Your detective can't be my detective.
No, not the same detective. You know what I'm saying? You know,
you want to have a detective off? Like, you bring your guy, I bring my guy.
My guy is not coming in. You know what I'm saying?
You know, I got gloves. We can do this.
He's undercover. You know what I mean? You know, so no, but
under whose covers?
As long as it's not my cover, you can get your own cover. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, you know, he mentioned, a situation where there was a guy, the cop pulled him over. Mm-hmm. Guy did everything he was supposed to do, man. He was like, man, put your hands, whatever. The guy had his hands outside the window, both hands. Mm-hmm. Put your hands outside the window. The dude was like, I have a gun in the car. You know what I'm saying? Do you mind if I grab my license? Both hands outside. Told the cop he had a gun in the car. Do you mind if I grab my license? Cop says yes. Guy goes for his license. Guess what happened?
Kills him.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So you can do everything perfectly correct.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's still going to happen.
Bad cop. But still in all, that doesn't negate the good cops from still being on alert. Just in case there's a bad person.
No, but there's good scary cops. That's just it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
but
you just ain't going to go
out and shoot. It's wrong for you to be on alert. And not the same thing as being scared, because who's not afraid of the unknown? Like, I don't know what that person can do to me. I don't know if that person can harm me or not. I don't know if I can make it home after the stop. So now
let's just do it like this. You said if the person have to be on alert, has to make it home, don't know if you're going to make it home or not. You know how many people that's driving their cars are saying the same thing when they're pulled over by a cop?
I'm not.
You know what I'm saying? My thing is they don't give them the right just because they say because of the job that they have. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I believe that, okay, if you have the right, man, I want to make it home to my family too. So how you know I'm not scarier than that? So that's like saying, let me shoot you before you shoot me.
No. But so what do we do? Do we just take away all cops now? Because you want them to be protected also, right?
Better training.
Huh?
Better training.
How can you train for the unknown? How can I train? How can I train for pulling you over and don't know what you are planning to do to me?
It depends on the act. You know what I'm saying? It's like just like I wouldn't know and you wouldn't know, where do we go from there? You know what I'm saying? It's like, who's right and who's wrong in that situation. My thing is, if you are a trained cop, mm-hmm. you are trained to say, put your hands outside the window.
Yeah.
Say, do you have a gun? Yes, I do have a gun. You're trained to say, okay, step out of the vehicle.
Yeah.
Whatever, blah, blah, blah. And you still shoot them? You should take responsibility for that act.
I'm not talking about that guy. That's a bad cop. I'm talking about
they got too many
cops.
of them.
I'm talking about the good cops that approach it the right way, but they're still on alert because they don't know how that person is going to react. If that person is going to, when you be like, okay, you got to hop out, and that person hop out, and the minute that you let your guard down, that person, or tries to run at you or attack you and everything, like, there's literally being on alert doesn't mean that I'm itching to kill you. It just means that now my mindset is I don't know what to expect.
But is it fair for the person that's being pulled over to be on alert too?
Yes.
Okay. So now you got two people on alert with both of them with guns.
Yeah, but if you do what's right and they do what's right, what's going to stop this situation from going exactly the way it's supposed to go? I'm saying, because you can be afraid. The cop can be afraid, but y'all still do what y'all supposed to do. So you're not pulling out no weapons. He's not putting out his weapon, but he's still on alert. You still on alert. And guess what? The traffic stop goes right the way that it's supposed to go. And bam, y'all go y'all separate ways. Even though he was scared, you were scared, nobody got killed. Why? Because that person did not see a threat in you. Because at the end of the day, you did not do anything. Even though that person can still be scared through the whole process because he doesn't know what's in your mind. He doesn't know until he runs your name, your license. He doesn't know what your background is or anything of that. You know how much times I have got pulled over and I'm like, I know I ain't got nothing on me and stuff like that, and I'm still nervous, knowing that like my record clean, knowing that.
Okay, back in the day, you had issues with the law.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm 48 years old, dude. I have never had an issue. I don't know what the inside of a courtroom looks like.
See?
Why should I still be afraid when the cops pull me over?
Because
I do. You know what I'm saying? It's like, why should I be on alert? And I've never been in the system at all. Never had any trouble with the laws. Always done what I had to do. Why should I still feel like I have to be on alert?
Because of bad cops.
And there's a lot of them.
Okay, but why?
My friend is a cop.
Yeah, exactly. So, is your friend a good or a bad cop?
It depends what day it is.
Oh my god!
I mean, because you know, it's like, you know, if.
Well, my friend is a detective and he's a good cop. Okay, so therefore that doesn't negate bad people also, and they got to do their job.
Yeah, they got to do their job.
Exactly, just like it doesn't negate us from being good people, but still running into bad cops.
Okay, so what do you think the resolve is?
The resolve is the fact that, okay, you can't really be trained for every outcome, but I agree with you. They should act accordingly and be trained better to handle those situations, but at the end of the day, you cannot fault them from being afraid or being on high alert just in case they're dealing with that bad bunch.
If you're trained for it, if you got you and I, and this is truthful, like, you know, because my friend said it's better for a person to, if they have a gun, it's better for them not to be trained than to be trained, because then the fact that the law is going to look at it like you was trained, you know everything you're supposed to do, so now you're going to be held to the utmost of the law. Just like if a boxer when they train, their fists are technically lethal weapons and registered lethal weapons. Yeah. If they fight against a regular person and they kill them just by they both regular fighting, that person still go to jail. Yeah. The one that was protecting stuff had nothing to do with it because they're trained lethal weapon. If a cop is trained, you know what I'm saying, on everything he's supposed to do, and he do it correctly, we wouldn't be put in positions to where we're feeling anxious or afraid or whatever. And a person like myself shouldn't feel afraid because they're just out there outright just doing whatever.
But we don't feel afraid for the good ones. We feel afraid.
I feel afraid for all of them
because of the bad ones. How can you feel afraid for all of them?
Because you don't know
when you never was in contact.
Exactly. Because it went on so much.
Other people experience.
Exactly.
But it's not your experience. I experienced both. I experienced good cops and bad cops. So therefore, I know. I know from that position because I experienced getting pulled over for no certain reason. I experienced being searched, being picked up, slammed on top of cars, being profiled. I experienced all that. Being pulled over just because I was in the wrong neighborhood. Like,
you had a reason to. You did all that crap. I didn't do anything and I feel that way there.
But when I didn't do anything.
But you did it, so it don't matter. You had experiences doing it, so
you
know what I'm saying.
So once a criminal, always a criminal.
Pretty much, they smelled the barrel or all around. You know what I'm saying?
On my forehead because the second to last time I got pulled over, I was going to pick up my wife from church. She was at a women's meeting, and a cop pulled me over because I was going towards Hopkins Street, where actually. Past Hopkins Street.